In ancient days, when every rustle in the leaves and every twinkle of the stars in the sky seemed like messages from the gods, there lived a sage whose name has been forgotten by the ages, but whose teachings became the foundation for the pursuit of truth. He wandered the lands, calling disciples to enlighten them with the light of knowledge that ordinary mortals could only dream of. On one of his journeys, he gathered before him seekers of truth, among whom were young men and women ready to conquer the horizons of worldly wisdom. He raised his voice and declared, "The path to wisdom is not merely to know more than others, but to see farther than others see, and to understand deeper than others understand." These words became a wellspring of inspiration and guidance for many generations who sought light in a world of dark ignorance. In this video, we will share unique perspectives and wisdom accumulated over centuries. Allow yourself to open the door to a new world of knowledge and inspiration that awaits you here and now. In life, every person strives for wisdom and understanding, and the path to these heights begins with rational thinking. It is important to realize that the world we live in is full of chaos and uncertainty, and only through reason can we find our way through these dense mists. Logical thinking and a sequence of actions form the foundation upon which our inner strength is built. Rationality requires not only the ability to analyze events, but also the capacity to make decisions free from the influence of emotions. Emotions are undeniably important to the human experience, yet they can cloud our perception of reality, leading us away from truth. In moments of crisis and trial, it is worthwhile to pause and ask ourselves, what facts underlie my thoughts and actions? What truly matters? By thinking logically, we can see the world as it is, rather than as we wish it to be. This enables us to make decisions based on reality rather than illusions. In this sense, rationality becomes our shield against disappointments and false expectations. For instance, if we encounter failure, we should ask ourselves, what could I have done differently? What objective reasons led to this outcome? By analyzing our actions and their consequences, we become wiser and stronger, better prepared for future challenges. However, it's not all straightforward. Being rational also means acknowledging our own mistakes. Our imperfections as humans inevitably lead to errors in judgments and actions. Yet it is through recognizing these shortcomings and correcting them that we move forward. The key in this process is not to evade responsibility, but rather to use every mistake as an opportunity for growth. Here lies the intrigue. How do we distinguish true knowledge from falsehood? How can we be sure that our conclusions and decisions are correct? The answer lies in constant self-awareness and critical thinking. It is unwise to blindly trust first impressions or the majority opinion. Truth requires careful consideration and verification. Continually question yourself, explore different perspectives, and never cease learning. Rationality does not imply rigidity or insensitivity. On the contrary, it is the ability to balance between reason and heart, understanding when to act logically and when it's permissible to be vulnerable. It is a path to harmony, where each action and thought has its purpose and meaning. Ultimately, rational thinking leads us to a deeper understanding. Life itself is a complex and unpredictable game, where victory is not determined by the number of mistakes, but by how we respond to them. In today's noisy and busy world, the skill of listening becomes increasingly rare and valuable. We are accustomed to speaking out, expressing our thoughts and opinions, but often forget that true understanding and wisdom come through the ability to listen. It's not merely passive reception of information, but a profound process that requires attention and inner stillness. When we speak less and listen more, we discover new horizons of knowledge. Every person we meet carries unique experiences and perspectives on the world. By listening to their stories and reflections, we broaden our own understanding and enrich ourselves with their wisdom. In this sense, each conversation partner becomes our teacher, regardless of their age, position, or status. Listening helps us better understand others. We begin to notice subtle nuances in their words, intonations, and gestures. This allows us to delve deeper into their feelings and thoughts, strengthening our connections with them. People feel truly heard, which fosters feelings of trust and respect. Thus, we build strong, genuine relationships based on mutual understanding and respect. Wisdom lies in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Often, words can be empty and meaningless if they lack genuine understanding and knowledge. It's important to recognize that our opinion is not always the most important or necessary at any given moment. Sometimes, it's better to give others the opportunity to express themselves fully before drawing conclusions or offering advice. Silence and stillness are also forms of communication. They can convey more than words, especially when it comes to deep feelings and experiences. In silence, we can hear not only others, but also ourselves. It's a time for reflection, contemplation, and meditation. Silence allows us to look within, understand our true desires and aspirations. By practicing the art of listening, we learn patience and humility. It requires us to set aside our own thoughts and emotions, focusing on the other person. This isn't always easy, but is crucial for personal growth and development. We become less self-centered and more open to the world. Moreover, listening helps us make more informed and thoughtful decisions. By gaining more information and different perspectives, we can see the full picture of a situation and find the best solutions. This reduces the likelihood of mistakes and incorrect judgments. Ultimately, speaking less and listening more is a path to a more harmonious and balanced life. It's a skill that requires practice and effort, but it yields immense rewards. We become wiser, more understanding, and more tolerant. We learn to cherish moments of silence and deep connections with others. It is in these moments that we find true wisdom and understanding of the world around us. Envy is a hidden and destructive emotion that gradually undermines our inner world. When we envy, we compare ourselves to others, focusing on their successes and achievements while forgetting our own strengths and progress. Envy creates feelings of inadequacy, generates negative thoughts and emotions, and ultimately hinders our growth and development. Each person's life is unique. We all have different experiences, paths, and circumstances. When we compare ourselves to others, we make a mistake because we only see the external side of their lives, without knowing the internal battles they may be fighting. Each of us is on our own journey, and this path cannot be measured by the same standards. Instead of envying others, we should redirect our energy towards our own development. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. This principle is simple yet incredibly powerful. It allows us to focus on our own progress, to notice and appreciate our achievements, both big and small. It helps us stay motivated and positive, as every day we see ourselves becoming better than we were yesterday. By comparing ourselves to who we were yesterday, we learn to be patient with our mistakes and shortcomings. We understand that perfection is a process, not a final destination. Each day brings new opportunities for growth and improvement. If we made a mistake yesterday, today we have a chance to correct it and become wiser. If something didn't work out yesterday, today we have the opportunity to try again, using the lessons we've learned. This approach also teaches us gratitude. Instead of complaining about what we don't have, we begin to appreciate what we already possess. We notice our successes, our strengths, our achievements. This builds in us a sense of satisfaction and happiness that cannot be achieved through envy and comparisons with others. Do not envy. Envy is a toxic feeling that destroys our inner world. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. This is the path to true happiness and harmony. When we focus on our own development, we free ourselves from unnecessary comparisons and negative emotions. We learn to be grateful, patient, and positive. And it is this that leads us to true wisdom and inner peace. Criticism is an inevitable part of life that can be a significant source of stress and worry. However, if we change our perspective on criticism and learn to accept it with an open heart and mind, it can become a powerful tool for personal growth and self-improvement. The first step towards accepting criticism is realizing that it's not always an attack on our personality. Often, criticism comes from people who want to help us become better, pointing out our weaknesses and offering ways to overcome them. It's important to remember that criticism can be constructive and aimed at our benefit. When we receive criticism, instead of immediately defending ourselves or dismissing it, it's beneficial to pause and reflect on what was said. Ask yourself a few questions. What exactly is being criticized? Is there any truth to it? How can I use this information for my growth? This approach helps us see criticism not as a threat, but as an opportunity for improvement. Constructive criticism can become our most valuable teacher. It highlights areas that need attention and work. Perhaps we're not always aware of our shortcomings, and it's through criticism that we can identify them. This gives us a chance to direct our efforts towards improvement, becoming stronger and wiser in the process. It's crucial to distinguish constructive criticism from destructive criticism. Constructive criticism is always aimed at solving a problem and improving the situation, whereas destructive criticism often aims to humiliate or offend. Learn to filter incoming information and accept only the criticism that is genuinely useful for your growth. Another key aspect is not taking criticism too personally. We all make mistakes, and that's normal. Mistakes are part of the learning and development process. Instead of feeling like a failure because of criticism, use it as motivation for further improvements. Understand that criticism addresses specific actions or behaviors that can be changed and corrected, not your entire personality. Having a positive attitude towards criticism helps cultivate important qualities such as humility and tolerance. We learn to recognize that we're not always right and that there's always something to learn. This opens us up to new knowledge and experiences, making us more flexible and adaptable in a changing world. Accept criticism as a gift. Every time someone points out our mistakes, they give us a chance to become better. Use this opportunity for self-improvement. Be grateful for criticism, even if it seems harsh or unfair. There's a lesson in every criticism, and our task is to find that lesson and apply it to our lives. Thus, criticism becomes not a barrier, but a bridge to our success and self-realization. It helps us grow, develop, and become the best versions of ourselves. Accept criticism with wisdom and gratitude, and it will open up new horizons and possibilities for you. Surroundings play a crucial role in shaping our worldview, habits, and character. Wise individuals, possessing knowledge and experience, can significantly influence our development and help us become better versions of ourselves. It's important to understand that such people not only share their knowledge, but also demonstrate through their example how to live life with profound wisdom and understanding. Wise individuals often possess a rich life experience and a deep understanding of what truly matters in life. They not only know how to overcome difficulties, but also how to find lessons and opportunities for growth within them. Interacting with such people helps us broaden our own horizons and see the world from a new, deeper perspective. One of the main advantages of being surrounded by wise individuals is the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and achievements. They have already gone through many trials that we are just beginning to face, and they can offer valuable advice and guidance. This doesn't mean we should blindly follow their example, but their experience can serve as a useful guidepost in our own quests and aspirations. Another important quality of wise individuals is their ability to inspire and motivate. They not only teach us how to act in difficult situations, but also demonstrate that real strength lies in constantly striving for self-improvement and knowledge. They inspire us to set high goals and not to fear difficulties, because it is through overcoming challenges that we grow and develop. Additionally, wise individuals help us develop critical thinking and the ability to see things in perspective. They teach us not to take everything at face value, but to ask questions, explore, and analyze. This is particularly important in today's world, where we are constantly bombarded with vast amounts of information and must distinguish the important from the trivial. By surrounding ourselves with wise individuals, we also learn humility and respect for others' knowledge and experience. We understand that there is always something to learn and that our own knowledge and understanding can always be expanded and deepened. This makes us more open to new ideas and perspectives, helps us avoid dogmatism, and broadens our views. It is also worth noting that wise individuals can be found not only among teachers, mentors, or elders. Sometimes wisdom can be found in people of our own age or even younger. The key is the ability to see in them the depth and experience that can enrich our own understanding of the world. Interacting with wise individuals requires active participation and a willingness to learn. It is not a passive process, but a dialogue in which we must be open, ask questions, listen, and reflect. Learn to observe how they solve problems, how they react to difficulties, and how they interact with others. Each such moment can become a lesson for us and help us become wiser. In the end, being surrounded by wise individuals helps us not only accumulate knowledge, but also develop qualities such as patience, humility, respect, and the ability to self-reflect. These qualities make us not only smarter, but also more mature, resilient, and ready for any challenges life may bring. Therefore, strive to find and maintain relationships with people who can enrich your life with their wisdom and experience. Be open to their teachings and guidance, and let their example become a source of inspiration and guiding force on the path to self-improvement. Completing our journey on the path to wisdom, it's important to realize that this path has no endpoint. It is a continuous process of self-discovery, growth, and refinement. Each action, decision, trial, and success are steps along this path. Wisdom doesn't come suddenly. It accumulates through experience, reflection, and a willingness to learn. To be wiser than others does not mean striving for superiority over them. It means striving for constant inner development and self-improvement. It is the ability to see the world broader and deeper, understand its laws, and act in harmony with them. It is the ability to accept criticism, learn from the wise, and use every opportunity for growth. It's important to remember that wisdom manifests in our daily actions and thoughts. It lies in the ability to remain calm in difficult times, find joy in simple things, help others, and be grateful for all that we have. It is expressed in our ability to listen, accept criticism, and surround ourselves with people who inspire and teach us. The path to wisdom requires humility and patience from us. It teaches us to be more mindful and attentive to ourselves and the world around us. Every day is a new opportunity to become better than we were yesterday. May this path be a source of inspiration and strength for us, helping us achieve harmony and inner peace. As we conclude this video, I want to remind you that each of us is capable of becoming wiser and better. What matters is remembering that the path to wisdom is not a race, but a slow and deliberate journey forward. May this path lead you to new heights of understanding, happiness, and inner harmony. Thank you for your attention. I wish you success on your journey to wisdom. Strive to be wiser than before, seeking self-awareness and self-improvement every day.